Hey, good morning everybody. It is about 8:07 Pacific time on this Monday after Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a good one. But this video is going to be a bit of a response to Zaranyzerak, Sean, if you will, Sean McLean, who did his Mega Marvel videos and going green with Marvel. So I thought I'd probably do my own response to him, as well as doing it as a way of thanking him for making me the first, if you will, person that he responded to on his new Zaranyzerak response channel here on YouTube. So I thought I'd kind of come out and showcase what I have Marvel-wise. Now I will say this, there are some Marvel shows and stuff that I have on Variety, DVDs and VHS that I don't want to really dig out right now because it will make a mess. So I hope you understand that. But I will let you know what I do have. On some of these Variety DVDs and stuff, I have 90s X-Men, 90s Spider-Man all together in one DVD. I have some X-Men Evolution. I think, yeah, I have the X-Men Evolution that I have, and it's somewhere, is where they meet Apocalypse for the first time. So I do have it around. I do have it when it was around that time. So anyway, that's what I have on some of those. Now, speaking of some DVDs and VHSs, I do have some right here that I want to show you. So let's get this going. Hopefully third time's a charm. And the reason I say that, I've done this already previously 2 times. The first time I had to stop because I didn't know what was going on with my dog, but it sounded like she was just hacking and all that, hacking up a cough or something like that. But she's okay, she's fine. And the third time I ran over a little bit of the 15-minute time limit, so I apologize. So anyway, let's start off with the VHSs, shall we? Now both of these I got from Hastings, and they both cost around $12 to $13. And they are, first of all, special edition VHSs, and we start with this one, which is Savage Land, Savage Heart, Part 1 and 2, along with Dark Phoenix, Part 1 to 4. So basically you got both story arcs right there in one VHS, and it runs for about 2 hours. And you know, not too bad. I think this was about $13 because it was a 2-hour tape, but not too bad when you think about it, because both the story arcs kind of connect with each other. I mean, basically what I'm saying is that Savage Land, Savage Heart has Wolverine mentioning the fact that Jean's getting experimented on Muir Island, so it kind of gave you an idea that Jean was back. She survived, though we didn't know how until the following season, which was the episode where Cyclops temporarily left the X-Men. Which I think, honestly, in my opinion, even though it would have made this a 2-hour and 20-minute movie and maybe would have made it a $15 VHS, they should have added it to here. Just saying. But anyway, it's a good buy. There you go, right there. Not too shabby. And then we have another special edition VHS, Beyond Good and Evil, Part 1 to 4. And this, I think, takes place in the 4th season. This is basically one of the final battles with Apocalypse, but although we know he comes back later on the following season. But this runs for about 80 minutes, and I think this was about $12. Not too bad. I think it's because the less you have on a VHS, the more cheaper it is, and the more you have on it back in the day, the more it is. And what's funny is these cost, like they said, the prices for these, this was around the time when, this was around like the 2000s, early 2000s, and I think it was between 2001 and 2004, 2003. I was working in between jobs at the time. I think I was working at Hastings when I got these. And you would think that DVDs and DVD players coming in at the time, that these would be a little cheaper. You got to remember, DVDs weren't really being very prominent at the time, and they were still very expensive. Expensive in some areas, especially with stuff like this. So this was the only way you could actually get this kind of stuff, because I don't think any season sets had yet been released. Well, actually they had been released, but I don't think any X-Men ones had been released yet. You know, individual, you know, as sets and all that. So I could be wrong. I can't really remember. But yeah. But this is basically takes place, I think, in the 4th season, 4th or 5th season. I'm not really sure. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad for what I bought for them. But again, like I said, you got to realize back in the day, back then I should say, you know, DVDs were still coming into prominence, just like Blu-rays are right now. And VHSs and VHS and VCR bars and all that was still kind of, you know, being used. So, because not many people at the time could afford a DVD player. And I know that's hard to believe, but still, this was worth it. But now we don't have to worry about that, because the entire series is on DVD. Now, speaking of DVDs, and speaking of X-Men, here I have Pride of the X-Men on 2 DVD varieties. Now you might ask yourself, why do I have it on 2? Well, this one right here, was actually recorded, but it didn't come out too well. This one came out. This came out better because, well, here was the deal. This one was recorded off my VCR, and then I had to use my mom's DVD VCR combo player to record this one. So there you go. But yeah, this is and also has Spider-Man Meets the X-Men. That's from the Neogenic Nightmare saga that happened in the 90s Spider-Man show. And they also now have apparently an Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon coming out next spring. That's going to be pretty good, but that might be pretty good. We'll just have to see. Now, Pride of the X-Men, in case some of you don't know, was the 1989 pilot that Marvel tried to launch with Sambo, and it's, I think, in its final 2 years back in '89. So unfortunately it didn't get picked up, so Pride of the X-Men was only shown as a special during the Marvel Hour and all that, the Marvel Power Hour, whatever you want to call it, on Sunday mornings. Now here, let me check my time here for a second. Okay. Now here we have Iron Man and Iron Man 2. Both of these I recorded. This one I recorded. Here's the thing. I actually rented Iron Man, and this was back when I had my ILO DVD recorder, which many of you seen in a lot of videos. And the ILO allowed me to record this from the source DVD onto my DVD player, onto this DVD. Unfortunately now that I have a Sony DVD recorder, that's not possible. But I was able, thanks to a torrent, to get a good quality of Iron Man 2, which I think was the second time I had to download it, because the first time it had some German subtitles or something. But yeah, so I have both Iron Man movies. Now I know some people are asking, why don't I put them in individual DVD cases? Well, here's the answer to that, my friends. I could do it and print them out with just text covers, just like what you've seen me do for Zaranyzerak. In his package openings that I've sent, in the package openings of the packages I've sent him. But with Christmas coming up and a certain nephew's birthday coming up, I'm going to wait until I get some colored ink, and then I may, not saying I will, but I may put these on. Put these in DVD cases along with with the covers, with the DVD covers or Blu-ray covers downloaded and printed out. So, yeah. But I do have both Iron Man movies. Now, speaking of DVDs, Again, let me check my time. Okay. Again, speaking of DVDs, we have Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus Wolverine. Yeah, I know Zaranyzerak showed the Blu-ray, and just like Zaranyzerak and some other people, I may end up converting to Blu-ray real soon. But from what I understand, even if you have a Blu-ray player, that the movies, the DVD movies, still come out. That when you put your DVDs in them, in the Blu-ray players, that they actually look better on the Blu-ray players than they do the DVD players. So I could be wrong, but I think I heard that somewhere. But yeah, I actually ended up getting this for $3.99 because the Blockbuster here in town ended up closing down, and there you can see the Blockbuster logo right there. It ended up closing down, I think, due to the bankruptcy, and also due to the fact that financially, I guess they couldn't afford to keep the place open. Which is kind of ironic, because the Blockbuster's still open in Modesto, so go figure. But anyway, there you go right there. Both are rated PG-13, I believe. And yeah, it was actually kind of cool to get this for $3.99. Usually, this is a previewed version, so usually it'd be like $9.99. But because it's the store closing, it was like 60% off. So $3.99 is not too bad. Not too bad at all. And oh, speaking of sales, Zaranyzerak, if I was you, I don't know if you knew about this. Walmart on Black Friday had DVDs for $1.69 and going, if you know what I mean. Alright, probably be the last one in this first part, but this one may make you a little envious, Zaranyzerak, Sean. But I know you said that you were hoping that Silver Surfer, because you mentioned this when you showcased your Fantastic Four movies, you were hoping they would bring out the Silver Surfer series on DVD. Well, there is a place, it's ioffer.com. All you have to do is type in the search box, Silver Surfer Complete Series, and you'll find this, because that's how I found it, and that's the Silver Surfer series. Someone actually made a menu, did the whole shebang, made a menu and everything on the Silver Surfer, recorded it, like I said, made a menu. I think they used maybe the DVD maker, I'm not sure what they used, some kind of software, but they made it look like an actual DVD. So that's pretty cool. So again, if you're looking for it, Sean, just go to ioffer.com, type in Silver Surfer Complete Series in the DVDs and movies section, and you should be able to find something. But yeah, that's how I got this, and yeah, it's pretty good. And it's actually recorded off of, I think, your Teletoon channel. I think that's what it's recorded off of. So yeah, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I can't remember, I think it's about 20 bucks I paid for it. So I know it's a little pricey, but hey, when you have the ability to do it, and you're the one that's selling it, you can, I guess, name your price. So yeah, there you go right there. But yeah, I know it's going to make you a little envious, but there it is, Silver Surfer. Go figure. And I'll be back with part 2 on this in just a little bit.